Hello there, Leo. Thank you for stopping by for your Tarot Weekly video forecast for the week of November 16th through the 22nd. I can't help but smile really huge when I talk about that week. My best friend is coming in from out of state to spend 4 days with me during that week. We're going to celebrate our birthdays together. My birthday's a day ahead of hers. And I've known her for like over 20 years, but we haven't got to see each other in person for 2 or 3 years, so I'm just so excited. I haven't even done my own cards yet, but I know I'm going to have a good week. Woo. So anyway, let's see what kind of week you guys are having, Leos. All right, so starting with Monday, wow, Three of Swords right off the bat. Three of Swords is just telling me that there's something happening on Monday that has the potential to cause you some heartache if you take it personally. So there will be somebody possibly saying something. This could be somebody doing something. Um, but it's something that, it does really kind of hurt your heart if you take it personally. Spirit keeps saying, if you take it personally. So when Spirit keeps stressing something like that to me, it kind of tells me maybe you shouldn't take it personally. Maybe it's going to come across as being something that's directed against you or at you or sort of an attack or a betrayal to you, where really if you knew the rest of the story, which apparently you don't, but if you knew the rest of the story, you would realize that it really isn't anything that was personally directed towards you at all, as much as it was this other person doing the best that they knew how in whatever their situation was. So I think that's really something to be aware of on Monday, is that, if you have an energy come in like that where you're starting to feel like, oh my gosh, how could this person do this to me, then you want to kind of backtrack, take a step back if you can. Remember what came up in this reading and just think, you know what, there's probably way more going on to this story than I know about. And don't let it be a personal offense or a personal betrayal to you. Let it be this person doing the best they knew how, and if they knew how, they would do better. So if you can do that, I think that's going to really improve your day on Monday, Leos. Now Tuesday, what we have coming up is we have the Nine of Clubs in reverse. Nine of Clubs in reverse is kind of like letting out that breath of, that's over. It's kind of like at the end of a big project and everything went well, but it took a lot of energy and a lot of work to do that big project. And so when you're done, even though it went well and even though you're happy with it, you do still kind of breathe the sigh of relief of the work is done there. Okay, that's cool. All right, so that's kind of what I see coming in for you on Tuesday. I see you having completed a project that you're proud of, that has been productive, that is efficient, and I see you sort of like taking that moment of relax, like, okay, everything's complete. The last I is dotted, the last T is crossed, kind of gathering yourself together before you begin the next big project, but a few moments to relax on Tuesday. Now, on Wednesday, what you have showing up is the Magician in reverse. The Magician in reverse just means the trickster. I wish that these letters would magically change on these cards, because that would be so great. If it was upside down, then the Magician would change to the trickster, because that's basically what it is. So when I say that you have a trickster coming up on Wednesday, this could be you actually being the trickster, but for most of you, I feel like this is someone that you're interacting with. And when you have a trickster personality show up, this can be anybody from the little boy down the street that, reaches out to shake your hand, and when you go to shake his hand, he pulls it back and he says, "Oh, too slow." Or this can be somebody who is the con man who's trying to take, everything that grandma has in her 401k, or do grandmas have 401ks? Maybe they have other things. But anyway, trying to take all of her money. So there's all kinds of variations in how big of a trickster we're talking about. This could be a practical joke or just straight up. But anyway, I do see you interacting with somebody who is in the trickster role on Wednesday for most of you. A few of you are going to be the trickster on Wednesday. For most of you, I feel like this is going to be in a fun way. Notice I said most. All right, so Thursday, what we have showing up is we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse is a good card, actually. This shows that you did have a situation that you were really stressed out about, and it was probably even distracting you from everyday life, maybe messing with your sleep. On Thursday, something happens so that this is not stressing you out so much. So maybe you have done some spiritual or psychological healing on yourself so that now it's not such a big issue. Or maybe something about the situation itself has changed so it doesn't seem so stressful to you anymore. But I just feel that lack of stress coming in for you on Thursday. Not so obsessed about this thing, not so worried about whatever this situation actually is. Okay? So that's your Thursday. Friday, what we have coming up is we have the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is just telling me that on Friday, I feel like this is more about you than somebody you're interacting with, even though you're not really a water sign. Excuse me. But I feel like you're going to be feeling very comfortable with your emotions on Friday, and you may even be sharing your emotions about something or about someone with another person in your life. So this is actually a really healthy, good card, and it talks about some things coming up on the table that maybe haven't been on the table before because you haven't so much shared those emotions. And so this can be anything from letting somebody know that you would like to be married to them, to talking about a project, to figuring out, well, where do we really want to live, or anything, but this is just sharing feelings about that. This can be talking about, what kinds of things do I want to study? What kind of career would I really like to have? And the feelings around that. But anyway, however it comes up, I do see you sharing your feelings with somebody in your life on Friday. On Saturday, Ace of Coins in reverse, by the way. This sharing your feelings on Friday is a very healthy thing. It's a very positive thing. That's how it's coming up. It's very healthy and positive. Okay, so moving on to Saturday, we have the Ace of Coins in reverse. And the Ace of Coins in reverse just means that you are going to be giving a gift to somebody in your life. Now, a gift is not something that somebody has earned or deserves. It's something that you are giving out of the kindness of your heart. So if you happen to give your kids allowance on Saturday, we're not talking about that. Unless they absolutely do nothing and you give them allowance anyway, then we could be talking about that. So let's move on. A whole can of worms there we don't need to get into. Sunday, Ace of Cups in reverse. This just means that somebody is showing you their true colors on Sunday, and you're just kind of like, I never would have guessed. And I think whatever this happens on Sunday, when you see this person's true colors, it's going to go 50-50 for you guys. So half of you are going to be like, wow, and you're going to be much more impressed with that person than you ever thought you would be. And then the others of you are going to go, wow, and that person is going to come down 2 or 3 notches in your respect level and the respect that you have for them. So you'll be respecting them less afterwards. So it's interesting. Somebody's definitely showing you their true colors on Sunday. It feels like it's going to be a surprise for all of you what actually happens. Some of you, it's going to be something that makes you feel very much more positive towards the other person. And for some of you, it's going to be something that makes you feel very much more negative. But bottom line is somebody's showing you their true colors. So Leo, that is your week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate all the views, the likes, the subscribes, the comments, and the shares. Everyone have a fantastic week. I'll see you back here next week. Peace out.